Hey everybody, welcome to Pop Culture Philosophers. Today it's time for a movie review. In fact, it's a new MCU movie, so we got to review it. Captain Marvel.
They're still making these MCU things?
Yes, they are.
Damn.
That's right, everybody. Welcome to Pop Culture Philosophers. I'm Rockin Robbie Billups. This is
Jelani Bullard.
This is
Brooks.
the Magnificent, and magnificent you are for joining us here. We're going to be talking about Captain Marvel from 2019 this year, the newest edition of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, starring Brie Larson, Samuel L. Jackson, and others. A fantastic movie, in my opinion. I actually really enjoyed this movie. There's a lot of stuff out there. There's some hesitation from some people. There seems to be a lack of interest in other people. And other people seem super, super pumped. I'm, like we always try to be. We're going to go in. We're going to watch it. We're going to see how it feels. To me, it felt like the best of all those blockbuster movies from the 90s. And I'm not even trying to make any kind of reference to the movie. But the movie is set in 1995. But it actually feels like the best parts of Terminator 2 sometimes. The best parts of Jurassic Park. Independence Day. Those big tentpole action, adventure, sci-fi films of the 90s. This movie feels like that to me. It's got epic action. It's got great characterization. It's got nice little small moments that I love. But it's just balls to the wall action, badassery. Nick Fury and Captain Marvel, like Carol and Nick together.
Yeah.
My bad, I called him Nick. You only call him Fury. Anyway, that's
You're
what
a Skrull.
that's what I thought.
I knew it!
I want to know what Brooks thought. Brooks, what do you think about Captain Marvel?
I really liked it. It was fun.
Yeah?
It was, every time, it's got this point where I'm just waiting for the Marvel movie that, just lets me down, kind of like...
Your Age of Ultron.
Well, like Age of Ultron or Thor the Dark World,
Yeah.
I've been waiting for one of those to come on.
Doctor Strange.
Iron Man
It's
2.
like every movie I've seen has just been so good,
Iron Man 2 is a little bit better than I think.
No, it's not.
Anyway.
It's
But
not.
you like it. You like it.
Yeah.
You're waiting for it. It still hasn't happened.
Yeah,
Wave 3 has been the strongest. We were talking about that earlier this week. What is it about Wave 3? Will they just keep making hits?
I think they just got their momentum going, and they know what works, and so
And they had some missteps
and they're also
in Wave
willing
2.
to take risks, with some lesser known directors, letting these guys, do their thing.
Some of these young upstarts.
It's working,
It is working. I really, really liked it. Jelani, what did you think about Captain Marvel?
I love the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It is the most complete thing that we've ever had, and I liked this movie.
Okay.
It's got its moments in it, but it's still kind of bland to me. It's just not what I thought it was gonna be, and it's on a lot of different levels for me. When I saw the trailer the first time, I didn't feel excited for it, and I had low expectations going in, and it was fair to me. I like the buddy cop feeling that you get from Captain Marvel and Nick Fury.
Fury and Danvers are awesome
They're
together, man.
good. They're a good mix. You get good stuff from Ben Mendelsohn, who's Talos, the Skrull. He is so clean in parts, and then sometimes he's really funny. Like you get, what's going on with his character. I like Jude Law. Jude Law plays his character very well. That is with Jan
He does, yes.
And he's, oh my gosh, he is clean. And there are scenes in here, big action scenes. The fight towards the end, which I won't spoil, but it is so gorgeous. It is probably the best, some of the best things you've ever seen on film.
Yeah.
It's got its, but once again, there are a lot of slow parts in this movie, and there's no edge of your seat, and I don't feel it has like a real heart to it. Like most of the Captain America, First Avenger, I love that movie. It has a heart to it, and it feels like you understand Steve Rogers' plight. In this, I don't feel Carol Danvers. I don't feel that I feel that she's a hero. But I don't know if Brie Larson is portraying her the best way for me. So that's what I feel about it. I think it's okay.
Okay.
But,
I would straight up I would actually disagree, and I think that they did the heart aspect in this film better than they did in the first Avenger. Like that moment, and we're trying not to spoil things.
Yeah.
But that moment at the end, the stand-up moment.
Yeah.
That's okay.
That to me was so like powerful. Like I really, really liked it. So let's get into some of the nuances. Right, and we're trying not to spoil the film in
really
this video.
hard.
Usually we just spoil the hell out of them. We'll see what happens here.
It's got too many good, surprises.
It does have some good surprises we don't want to spoil.
If you want to finish this stuff, finish it because it does fill in a lot of gaps.
Maybe we'll do a spoiler review.
We can do it
later on, like at the DVD, Blu-ray. Why did I say DVD? At the VHS release. Anyway. Because they should release this on VHS, actually. Set in 1995, so I love all the 90s nostalgia type stuff. That really hit hard for me. I thought that was great. I love the music in this film. That's my music. There was some 311 posters, some Smashing Pumpkins posters in the background. She wearing a Nine Inch Nails shirt. That's my life. That's like, this my life. The slow wait times for the internet, all that kind of stuff. I loved it. I loved all the 90s references. Yeah,
it didn't seem like they were too,
They weren't too much.
Yeah.
It wasn't like where they're trying too hard to be like, this is set in the 90s. But it's there and it makes sense.
One scene, and it was the Stan Lee cameo.
A great Stan Lee cameo.
That
Absolutely.
was all. You know what he was reading.
Yeah. And they de-aged him too to be Stan Lee in 1995. And I love that. I thought it was amazing. That was actually Stan Lee playing himself for like one of the first
times.
Well, I mean, in the Fantastic Four movie, the second one.
Yeah, I'm Stan Lee.
Like, I'm Stan Lee. No, you're not. No, you're not. Anyway, so it's a great Stan Lee, and they have a nice little tribute to Stan Lee. I wish they would
at the very beginning.
I wish they would have done something like that for Steve and Jack, but whatever. Anyway,
give them time,
give them time. They'll never do it.
Stan has been in
they'll
all the
never
movies.
do it. I get it, but they didn't have the opportunity. Well, Steve didn't want to be in the movies. But Jack would have been in the movies if he could have made it there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Oh.
But Jack has been.
So here's our tribute to Jack Kirby, who's just as responsible for all this jazz as everybody else. Of course, neither Jack Kirby nor Stan Lee created Captain Marvel. Anyway. Carol Danvers,
they created you could say Jack Kirby created the cosmic universe pretty much for Marvel.
Yeah, but
responsible for. He's kind of responsible.
What was it? This is I don't want to say the wrong name. I think Jerry Conway.
Jerry Conway did what? Captain Marvel?
I think he created Carol Danvers. I don't know. I know that Chris Claremont.
She was Miss Marvel at first.
But she first appeared before that, and then she showed up as Miss Marvel like a year later after. Anyway. The origin story is pretty solid, right on with the comic book. It's one of the most comic book accurate origin stories that we've gotten in the MCU, to be honest with you. Brie Larson. I thought Brie Larson was great. A lot of people thought that maybe that she felt too stoic. That she is stoic. She's as stoic as Captain America.
Well, she seemed capable.
She's as stoic as Thor can be. She's totally capable.
It's like she lands on this planet and she doesn't freak out or anything. She just goes up and talks to people and gets information.
To me, she's badass. She knows what she's doing.
She's confident.
She is stoic. She's confident. She's got that power. She's got that presence. I absolutely adore Brie Larson here. I also think she's got that charm. Yeah. Now, I know there was a lot of people saying that the movie didn't feel like the trailers didn't seem like to show off any kind of charisma from her. To me, they nailed Carol Danvers. I've been reading these comic books.
They're like her exchanges with Fury.
I've been reading these comic books my whole life.
Okay, I understand.
And that is Carol Danvers. Right? Stoic, military, straight on the mission.
She's kind of a jokey character.
And she's jokey. She makes a lot of...
She's not like Spider-Man levels, but she does.
And that happens in the movie. To me, and she's
I love
she's exuberant.
When Fury, he uses the fingerprint thing, and she just blasts that hole in the door, and he's like, "You watched me do all that with the tape."
There was a
great.
They
didn't want to steal your thunder.
Yeah, it felt like a great buddy cop movie. Yeah, it felt like some of the best, the action, everything set up to me like in the fucking in the 90s. They all felt like it was in the 90s. I don't know. I love Brie Larson. In this movie, you weren't as sold on it.
I don't see it.
Okay.
I don't know. I love her in Room. I love her in Scott Pilgrim. She carries herself, I don't know, differently in this film to me.
To me, it's so awesome.
It just doesn't.
I love that there's no long lost boyfriend love interest.
There's no romance in this movie.
No romance. She's just
that's fine.
She's just a stoic badass dude. is what she is. She's just awesome, man. She's fantastic. I personally love her in this movie. No, Nick Fury though. This is the most screen time I think Nick Fury's gotten
in a movie,
in an MCU film, and it's absolutely fantastic. I love this still young Nick Fury, so he's not quite so hard ass yet.
But he's getting there.
He's getting there. Yeah.
And Coulson's in there too.
Yeah, Coulson's good too.
Yeah.
Now,
I like that they put him back in.
They obviously de-aged these two actors for this film, and I think with Samuel
Clark Gregg.
Yes, they did both.
They gave him hair.
He looks hairy.
And they gave
he's lighter
Samuel
faced. He's a lighter tone.
They took away some wrinkles.
You can
now Clark stuff like Coulson.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a little bit more obvious.
But Coulson's he's new, but I
get it, but I'm talking about the CG on him.
Oh yeah,
it's a little bit more obvious. Feels a little bit wonky. Samuel L. Jackson. It looks weird at certain points, but throughout most of the movie, you're right along with it, right? What do you think about that?
Yeah.
Like, the CG looked good, right?
The de-aging did look good.
Yeah.
I think his hairline was a little too down.
It was too far.
It was too far
How far
down.
Is that Widow's Peak go?
It
Dracula?
was all the way
Come
down.
on.
I was like, whoa, I didn't know he had weird hair like that.
Right.
And I will spoil
He's Count
this.
Chocula up in here,
I
man.
will spoil this, though. Hey, he's from Huntsville, Alabama.
And in my theater, everybody cheered at that.
I almost missed that part because I had to take a piss. I got back in the theater right as it was getting delivered.
Woo!
Woo! Yeah, man, that was awesome. That's a good pop, man.
Talos was a great villain in this film. The lead Skrull, played by
Ben Mendelsohn,
the guy that played the villain in Rogue One.
Yeah, he was also in this TV show on Netflix called Bloodline.
Now I'll tell you this,
Jelani. He was awesome
Jelani.
in that too.
When I first saw this character, he's got this Cockney accent type thing, right? It's right.
He changed all
and at
the
first
accents.
I went, why are they doing this? This is taking me out. When you get through the film, perfect, because it makes everything work. It's fantastic. The Skrulls are amazing. They're humorous.
Yeah.
They're deadly. They're serious. The Kree are awesome as well. I love the Kree in this film. Yeah. Jude Law plays an amazing role.
They had less of the Kree than I expected, really.
Yeah, and the dude that was in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Ronan!
Ronan, but the
you're
other...
You're talking about Lee Pace.
I'm not talking about Lee Pace. I'm talking about the Kree soldier.
The guy from Star-Lord.
The guy is Star-Lord? Who's that?
Oh, Jalen Hunsu.
Yes, the guy he's an Amistad.
Yeah, that's right. That's the dude.
He gets more screen time.
Way more screen time. He's a Kree
awesome.
soldier.
He's badass. They reminded me, the Star Force, of the Blood Pack from Blade 2.
Yep, that's exactly what they were.
Absolutely.
They got their butts whooped too.
Jude Law is perfect in this movie.
That's awesome.
We're not spoiling anything.
Nothing's spoiled.
But he's great in this movie. And that Benning is great in this movie.
Yeah.
And I love the idea, we're not getting into spoilers, but
I don't like that idea.
I like it.
But it's okay.
I like it a lot. Because
I'm okay with it.
This isn't spoiling anything. She's the angel and the devil on the shoulders.
On the shoulders.
Right? I love that. And that Benning is awesome in this movie.
She is.
Though this was an afternoon of work for her.
Yeah.
And half of it was rocking out to Nirvana.
Let's just stand around and CG for a while.
Fantastic stuff. I really liked it. We get Photon in this film, in a way. It's Maria Lambeau, played by...
That was, what's her name?
She's fantastic in this movie. So...
I'm sorry, LaShawn Lynch.
Yeah, LaShawn Lynch. There is a reference to Monica Lambeau in this film, setting up the other Captain Marvel, and it's really, really cool. I really like it. And I think that whole scene for me, and you said the movie had some slow bits. I think the movie started off...
It's a little slow,
I think the movie started off slow. And seriously, the first act of the movie is okay. But the second act and onward for me is so... freaking solid. Once she lands on Earth, that part, it just takes off for me. Absolutely love it. It's humorous. It's got action. The scene where it does slow down at the house of Maria, love that scene. Love that. That's where the nuance, that's where the humanization, that's where Carol starts finding herself. And for me, Brooks, that's where it really, really starts punching home. What do you think about that scene? Those characters, her best friend, and how they reconnect, and it really kind of hits a crux part of the film.
Well, I liked it.
Yeah, man.
It was good. But I thought, at first when I heard that Maria Rambeau, I was like, oh, I get like, but I was confused. Like, why did they change her name?
Why would they change the name? Yeah.
Because I was like, I thought it wasn't it Monica Rambeau? But yeah, then I was like, oh yeah, it's the daughter.
Yeah.
Because then they're like, oh yeah,
some slight spoilage, but I think everybody already knows all this.
Yeah. Wow.
But they handled it so well.
Yeah.
And seriously, both of them were two of my favorite characters in this film.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
that friendship
yeah.
between Carol and Maria,
Yeah.
and the friendship with Monica,
Right.
was so authentic,
Lieutenant
so
Triple.
real,
Yeah.
so charming.
It
I
was.
just absolutely loved it.
I love them together too because I like the interplay between. You do get good 2-on-2 for a lot of people in this movie.
Yeah.
So you do get a lot of connections. It's a mother and daughter. It's best friends. It's rivals. It works
new
out.
friends.
It's new friends. It's partners. It's
soldiers.
It's so much. It's so much as far as coupling goes. And they do have a great interplay. Like, this kid is amazing.
She's great.
She takes all the cake.
And she did a whole
she was
total,
good.
like, my dad's going to kick your ass scene, but it worked.
Yeah. Yes.
It's got to bring up some Mummy Returns for
Thank
Jelani
you.
for some reason.
My
This is what I
dog's
do.
going to
Bringing up the
kick
past. That's what I do.
ass.
Yeah,
The past,
anyway.
bring it up. Yeah.
Absolutely. I really, really like this film.
It's good.
I thought it was really, really
okay.
solid. I love how you have to correct yourself.
It's okay.
He gets
I said
all
it's
wrapped
good.
up. He's like, it's good.
It's okay. It's okay. It's
Lee
okay.
Pace is Ronan. He returns in this
Yes.
film. I wanted more Ronan.
Yeah, I did.
I
too.
wanted a whole lot more Ronan.
Yeah.
I want
I'm
Ronan.
not done with Lee Pace's Ronan in the MCU. I want more.
He is fantastic.
He's great in the role. Though I kept going, man, can you just put the eye makeup on?
Do it.
He would look so much
Yeah,
more
do
BA
it.
It was
with
like,
the eye
it
makeup.
was like, did he do the black eyes thing like after he quit?
He did that at
Yeah.
the beginning of Guardians. Remember, he's like bathing in the blood
Yeah, that's
of
what.
Yeah.
some people that
of
he
the
killed or
innocents,
something.
yes,
Yeah, he's like,
yes.
yeah. But it's some nice
Apparently
stuff.
he doesn't accuse like
A lot of he accuses.
Accuses.
Anyway, so like I love all the references in this film, and there's also a lot of like nice little connect the dots moments in the MCU. Like, oh, let's connect this dot. Let's explain how this happens.
Yeah.
Let's
There's a
explain
lot
where
of
this
that.
idea
Like,
comes
why
from.
does he call them the Avengers?
Yeah, but we're not.
Let's answer that.
Calm down. Yeah, but let's answer some of these questions. But now let's talk about the character that has become my most favorite character in the Marvel Cinematic Universe of all time, and that's Goose. And we're not spoiling anything. Goose is the best Marvel Cinematic Universe character of all time, hands down, at this moment. Come at me if you disagree. Goose is the best. Goose is the best. First of all, I'm a cat lover. It's an amazing character. It's funny moments. Funny moments with the cat. Badass moments with that cat. Goose is the best and most threatening. And seriously, Goose is it. What do you guys say about Goose?
I don't know, man. I liked him and all, but
I don't think
he was better than
Goose
Thor.
is my jam.
Yeah. Or Cap. Or,
I think
Iron Man.
Goose is better than all of them.
You think Goose could beat Thor?
Goose
Yes.
beat Thor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goose can beat Thor.
Yeah.
Really start thinking about what happened in this movie. Never mind.
Yeah,
We're not.
it makes
We're thinking
sense.
about Goose. You like Goose?
Damn it! Why are you making me make? Why are you making sense with your?
I
points?
love Goose.
Not the best character, but like
I
He
love
was
Goose.
funny.
It's
I
a
really like.
cat,
I like
man.
the.
Goose helps
It's
carry
a
this
cat.
movie.
look.
Goose helps carry this movie.
Cats are
He actually
fine.
does. He carries.
He carries
carries
most
this
of this
movie.
movie. Yeah.
Goose is amazing.
Oh, okay. That's it.
All
I'm
right.
just gonna let that go.
So now we're going to get into the ratings. We do ya digs here, and we have a possible 5. The best rating score is 5 ya digs. So, how many ya digs do you give Captain Marvel, Jelani?
I'm gonna give it a 3.
Okay, that's respectable.
3 digs. Why? Because it explains what happens to Fury. It explains what happens to or how the things in Endgame may play out. I like that part of this film. And by the way, stay for the credits.
Always.
Always stay for the credits. What?
Even the
what?
very, very, very
Please
last
watch
one.
the last one. But it's just, yeah, I'll watch it again, but I have to watch it again, like if I watch Infinity War
Yeah.
and Endgame.
Okay, but 3's respectable, man.
Yeah,
3's good.
I'll watch it.
3's like the average film.
3 is an
3's
average.
pretty
film.
decent.
It's
All right,
okay.
average. Okay. Brooks, out of 5 possible ya digs, what do you rate Captain Marvel?
I give it 4.5.
4.5. That's a high, respectable,
It's
super
good.
respectable.
I really enjoyed it. I didn't enjoy it as much as others. I would have given it 5, but I think 4.5 is pretty much how I feel about it right
I'm
now.
right there with you. 4.5. Not a perfect movie. Not super, super thrilling all the way through. I felt like it had some slow bits at the very beginning of the film.
It drags.
And the Kree stuff. And then it kind of really got rolling.
What y'all did to the Skrulls?
I love the Skrulls. I love the Skrulls. I love the Kree. I love this movie. 4.5. Very high. Very high score for me and Brooks. I love this movie. I think it's great. And seriously, my lady, Alicia was like, I love this movie. This was one of the first times I got to see a super, super badass woman as a superhero. And there was no silly love interest. There's no kind of like romance there. Yeah. She was just being badass. And I think that's amazing for her and others like her. And I just absolutely love this film. I think it's monumental. I think it's a big deal. And I'd like to see more like it. I give it a 4.5. So 4.5, 4.53 for an average of 4. I'm just going to say 4. For an average of 4. Whatever. What do you think about Captain Marvel? Let us know in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for checking out the movie. We're going to be back here probably next week talking about Us.
Yeah.
Very excited to be talking about that one, the new Jordan Peele movie. Horror film. Yeah.
The next one?
Yeah, yes. That's the next one. It's next week. You ready? Oh, they made that song creepy. Anyway, so join us for that. Let us know what you think about Captain Marvel in the comments down below. Thank you for joining us here at Pop Culture Philosophers for a movie review. I've been Rockin Robbie Billups. This is
Jelani Bullard.
This is
Brooks.
And please do join the PCP Army. That's our official Facebook group, PCP Army. Search it, join it, talk to us. We love it. Thank you guys so much. Like, share, subscribe. PopCulturePhilosophers.com podcast and a whole lot more. You dig? That was good. I like that. A little bit of spontaneity there. That was nice, Brooks. What the fuck? Going above and beyond, Brooks.
He's doing it.
What the hell?
It's what he does.
I make everything better.
All right, here we go.